Hello, good morning. My name is Melka Lumagbas. Today's video, I'm going to perform my activity in general chemistry, which is acids and bases and solubility equilibria. First step, take a red cabbage and slice it into small pieces. Second procedure, place them in a pot and fill with enough water to cover the pieces. Heat mixture on stove and boil for 30 minutes. Time check. It's 10:14. 30 minutes. It's done. Then collect the red cabbage juice into a glass jar. This experiment aims to classify common household items into acids or bases using a simple indicator. Using the same household items, acid-base reaction will also be shown through a simple experiment. Objectives. At the end of this activity, the students are expected to have been able to make a simple indicator to help identify acids and bases, classify common household items as acids and bases, perform a simple acid-base reaction, identify the chemical equation, and predict the products based on the reaction. Materials needed: red cabbage juice, lemon juice, soapy water, drinking water, milk, soda, vinegar, baking powder, baking soda, tomato juice, vitamin C in water, salt in water, brown sugar in water, shampoo, detergent, and bleach. Sorry po, nakalimutan kong bumili ng dropper. Red cabbage juice, and lemon, is acid. cabbage juice, and soapy water. Cabbage juice and soapy water is base. Cabbage juice and drinking water is neutral. Cabbage juice and milk is neutral. Cabbage juice and soda is acid. Cabbage juice and vinegar is acid. Cabbage juice and baking powder is neutral. Cabbage juice and baking soda cabbage juice and baking soda is base. Cabbage juice and tomato juice is acid. Cabbage juice and vitamin C in water is acid. Cabbage juice and salt in water is neutral. Cabbage juice and brown sugar in water is also neutral. Cabbage juice and shampoo. Here it's stuck. Cabbage juice and shampoo is acid. Cabbage juice and detergent. Cabbage juice and detergent is base. Cabbage juice and bleach cabbage juice and bleach is base. There are questions to be answered in this activity. Question 1. What happened when the red cabbage was boiled? A. Nothing happened. B. The cabbage turned transparent. C. A bluish-violet juice was extracted from the cabbage. D. A A red extract was collected from the boiled cabbage. My answer is C. A bluish-violet juice was extracted from the cabbage. Number 2. What color change occurred when the red cabbage juice was mixed with the lemon juice? Acid. A. No change. B. Blue turns red. C. Blue turns yellow. D. Blue turns green. My answer is B. Blue turns red. Number 3. What color change occurred when the red cabbage juice was mixed with the soapy water base? A. Blue turns red. B. Blue turns green. C. No change. D. Blue turns yellow. My answer is B. Blue turns green. Part 2. Materials needed: baking soda, vinegar, mixing bowl, measuring spoons, goggles or other eye protection, laboratory coat or another layer of protective clothing, closed shoes, and gloves. Part 2 of my activity. Procedure: place a spoonful of baking soda into the mixing bowl. Slowly add a spoonful of vinegar into the baking soda. Observe what happens. There are a list of questions in part 2 of my laboratory exercise. Question: what happened when the two ingredients were mixed? A. Bubbling occurred. B. Nothing happened. C. The mixture turned black. D. The baking soda became a solid. My answer is A. Bubbling occurred. Number 2. Which of the following is an acceptable conclusion based on your answer in question 1? A. One of the possible products of the reaction is a gas. B. Both reagents are not reactive with each other. C. Combustion occurred since the mixture turned black. Something burned. D. The vinegar caused a chemical change on the baking soda, turning it into a solid object. My answer is A. Number 3. Which of the reacting ingredients is an acid? A. Acid baking soda. B. Acid vinegar. C. Nothing information to identify. D. Both of are acids. My answer is B. Acid vinegar. Which of the reacting ingredient is a base? A. Base vinegar. B. Base baking soda. C. Not enough information to identify. D. Both are bases. My answer is D. Base baking soda. How did you identify the acids in the base? A. Based on the previous experiment. B. Based on taste. C. Based on smell. D. I am not sure. My answer is A. Based on the previous experiment. Here are some lists of household items to identify whether it is acid, base, or neutral. Number 1, lemon juice, acid. Soapy water, base. Drinking water, neutral. Milk, neutral. Soda, acid. Vinegar, acid. Baking powder, neutral. Baking soda, base. Tomato or tomato juice, acid. Vitamin C in water, acid. Salt in water is neutral. Brown sugar in water is neutral. Shampoo, acid. Detergent, base. Bleach, base. Number 16 question. What is an indicator? A. An indicator is a solution or a compound that changes color when mixed with an acid or a base. B. An indicator changes the color of the acid when mixed with a base. C. An indicator hastens the reaction between an acid and a base. D. An indicator slows down the reaction between an acid and a base. My answer is A. An indicator is a solution or a compound that changes color when mixed with an acid or a base. 17. In the reaction between the household ingredient and the indicator, an example of a reversible acid-base reaction. A. Yes, you can change the indicator back to its starting color by adding either an acid or a base. B. No. Once the indicator changes, it can no longer be returned to its original color. C. It depends on the household ingredients. If it is strong acid or base, then it is not reversible. D. Not enough information. My answer is C. It depends on the household ingredients. If it is strong acid or base, then it is not reversible. Number 18. What is the similarity between water and the red cabbage juice? A. They can both resist drastic changes in pH. B. They can act both an acid and as a base depending on the other reacting compound. C. They are both acids. D. They are both bases. My answer is B. They can act both as an acid and as a base depending on the other reacting compound. For question 19 to 27, refer to part 2 of the experiment. Number 19. What is the acid found in the ingredients? A. Acetic acid. B. Hydrochloric acid. C. Citric acid. D. Phosphoric acid. My answer is A. Acetic acid. What is the base found in the ingredients? A. Sodium hydroxide. B. Potassium hydroxide. D. Sodium bicarbonate. D. Sodium chloride. My answer is C. Sodium bicarbonate. Number 21. What is the correct acid-base reaction? A. Hydrogen chloride plus sodium hydrogen carbonate to sodium chloride plus carbonic acid. B. Acetic acid plus sodium hydroxide to sodium acetate plus water. C. Acetic acid plus potassium hydroxide to potassium acetate plus water. D. Acetic acid plus sodium carbonate to sodium acetate plus carbonic acid. My answer is D. Acetic acid plus sodium carbonate to sodium acetate plus carbonic acid. Number 22. What are the products formed? A. Sodium chloride and carbonic acid. B. Sodium acetate and water. C. Potassium acetate and water. D. Sodium acetate and carbonic acid. My answer is D. Sodium acetate and carbonic acid. Number 23. Carbonic acid is easily converted into water in blank, hence the fizzing and bubbling during the reaction. CH2CO3 to H2O plus. A. CO, carbon monoxide. B. CO3 carbonate. C. CO3 carbon dioxide. D. C. Carbon. My answer is CO2 carbon dioxide. 24. Will sodium acetate dissolve in water or will it form a precipitate? A. It will dissolve in water. B. It will precipitate. My answer is A. It will dissolve in water. Number 25. What will be the chemical equation for the dissolution or ionization of sodium acetate? A. NaCH3COO to NaOH plus CH2CO. B. NaCH3COO to Na plus CH3COO negative. C. NaCH3COO to Na negative plus CH3COO positive. D. None of the above. My answer is D. 26. If instead of vinegar, lemon juice was used, what will you observe? A. Nothing because lemon juice is a base. B. Nothing because lemon juice is an acid. C. There will be bubbling too since lemon juice is a base. D. There will be bubbling too since lemon juice is an acid. My answer here is D. Nothing because lemon juice is an acid. Number 27. What is the acid found in lemon juice? A. Hydrochloric acid. B. Acetic acid. C. Citric acid. And D. Sulfuric acid. My answer is C. Citric acid. And this is the end of my activity number 002. Thank you for watching.